Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 30 seconds. Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortified Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
Good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. I'm your host as usual, Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortified Vitamins. Here each and every Saturday morning live to answer any and all questions you may have regarding your vision, eye care, or a nutritionally related topic. So pick up the phones and give me a call, 1-877-969-8600. If you're new to the program, who's Dr. Lange? Well, I'm a board-certified optometric physician. I'm also a certified nutritional specialist. I started hosting Ask the Doctor April of 1993, nonstop ever since. A lot of you picked me up when I had a drive time show every day, including Sunday, from 9 to 10 here in the Tampa Bay area. And a lot of you in the Ocala, Gainesville area picked me up on a variety of radio stations at noon and 4 o'clock in the afternoon as well. But we're also live via most social media, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, a variety of social medias. A lot of you are watching me right now. So what do we talk about in this program? Well, we talk about ways to slow down the aging in the body and the eye. What to eat, what not to eat, what supplements to take, what supplements not to take. We talk about natural approaches to helping your eye disease in your entire body. Of course, we do traditional medicine at the Lange Eye Institute as well, but we also like to use nutrition to help you in every way possible. So once again, this is a live call-in show, and we encourage participation. Whatever I talk about in this program is for educational purposes only. It never replaces a comprehensive eye evaluation or a medical evaluation. So that makes my attorneys happy. All right. Doc Hall, who is an icon in the sports nutrition industry and an icon in the nutrition industry, heads up the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, and he's a big advocate, a big player, an advisory board member on Fortified Vitamins. He's kind of my right-hand man, a good friend and colleague. Doc Hall, good morning.
Good morning and happy Saturday to you, my friend. Great day here in Florida. It's going to be a nice, pretty day, as usual. As they say, a Chamber of Commerce type day. And we have, I want to put a quick shout out really to everybody out there, all of our listeners and viewers. We do both radio over the waves, and we, of course, do our podcast. But it just amazes me sometimes that we have this ability to actually be global. We reach folks around the world, and it's incredible to me. Just this week, I heard from folks from Canada, the UK, and even in Spain. And they'll write in and tell me, that they listen to the podcast or they watch the podcast and like that. So if you're out there, you want to drop us a line and like that, let us know. Let us know where you are and those far reaches out there of the globe. But we have another packed and informative show on the way for everyone today. So back to you, Dr. Lange, and another good morning.
Thank you, Dr. Hall. And we also have a very welcome guest in the studio. I'm going to introduce in just a second. But I also want to say hello and a shout out to a couple of my doctors at the Lange Eye Institute. Hello to Dr. Lori Caputi and hello to Dr. Chris Costello. Most of you know Dr. Caputi. She's been on the staff for years and years and years. We were classmates together back in Pennsylvania. But Dr. Chris Costello is our new asset at the Lange Institute. He's been in the business for a long time down in South Florida, moved his family up to a better way of life, and he has joined the team at the Lange Institute. He's been with us about 6 months now, and he's doing a bang-up job, an amazing personality, amazing clinician, amazing diagnostician. He's an expert in ocular disease diagnosis and treatment. So you want to see a really top-notch eye doctor in the Villages, Dr. Chris Costello at the Lange Eye Institute. Let me give you the phone number for the Lange Eye Institute. You can be seen 5 days a week there, no matter how simple or complicated your eye problem is. We'll take care of you. The phone number for the Lange Eye Institute is 352-753-4014. One more time, 352-753-4014. Also, you can learn a lot about nutrition and the supplements that we've developed and worked on for years that we recommend at fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE, fortify.com. You can come and learn more and see Doc Hall at the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala. That's on State Road 200, right across the street from the Paddock Mall. It's only a 2-story building. Go up the elevator. Lange Nutrition Center is upstairs. Also, a state-of-the-art wellness anti-aging center is in the process of being built upstairs in the old Lange Eye Care building in Ocala, Florida, right across the hallway from the Lange Nutrition Center. We'll talk more about that as we get closer. Let me give you the phone number for Fortify Vitamins. So write this down. You can call Arlene. She'll be there soon. This is Saturday. And remember, I'll be at the Fortify Nutrition Center after the show from 11 to 12:30 today. So come on out to the Fortify Nutrition Center in Clearwater. I'll be there meeting and greeting people from 11 to about 12:30, maybe 1. Phone number for Fortify Vitamins is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. I know we got a caller on hold. He's just going to have to wait just a little bit longer. I've got a good friend of mine who is in the studio with me today, and he's also in Fortify Vitamins, so he's in pretty good shape. But he's the vice president of an up-and-coming company that you're going to hear a lot about here in the near future. And it is they've just launched this company, and it's going to be a big company to compete against a company called Groupon, I think. And the company is called Hyper Up. So I want you guys and gals to actually Google Hyper Up, check out the website. And I'm going to introduce Francesco Lysing here in the studio. And I'm just going to let you give a couple of quick sentences about Hyper Up. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Doctor. So my name is Francesco. I go short by Franz. Hyper Up is a new company coming up. Basically, what we're doing is we'll be hosting deals at a discounted rate, and you can purchase those deals on hyperup.com and then go redeem them at the place that you're purchasing from. Now, the twist on this is basically you can get additional discounts by doing something social. So you're getting a reward for being social. You can go on Hyper Up, purchase your deal, and also share it on your social media platforms like Facebook, and then you get an additional percentage off on that product. So you're getting a great offer basically from that location. In the future state, we're going to have Mike's products up there as well. So you can go check it out on hyperup.com and redeem them, and then go to his local offices here in Clearwater and then up in Ocala. So we'll have those up there shortly.
So it's a great way for people to market their products without spending the huge amounts that they're doing on Groupon and other ways. And it's a great way to kind of take your products and turn it into the proverbial snowball by sharing it on social media. This is the wave of the future. Let's face it, folks, nobody goes to the yellow pages anymore. They're going to be going to hyperup.com. And I wanted Franz to be on here because he's also an athlete. He's a scuba diver, and he practices what I preach, good nutrition, working out. So he's a great person to have on as a guest when we're talking about nutrition. And we're going to go back and talk to Franz a little bit more. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. It's Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. Hall, 1-877-969-8600. Give us a call. Let's go to the first caller of the morning. I bet everybody knows who it is. You got to get up pretty early in the morning to beat Bob as the first caller. Bob, good morning.
Beautiful Saturday morning. Some informalities first. How did McKinsey make out in her volleyball trip to Atlanta over Eastern.
That was an amazing tournament. It was last Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, a big tournament. 1,000 teams were there. Now, that's a big volleyball tournament. And they beat everybody except in the finals. They end up losing to a team that they've beat twice already. So they played in the gold, but they didn't get the gold, but they finished in the, in the high top. So to finish in the top 5 or whatever they finished at out of 1,000 teams is pretty good. So they got this weekend off. Mackenzie's training with her personal trainer as we speak, and we might go to the lake and do some jet skiing or hang out at the beach or just go for a bike ride on the causeway. We're going to do something out in the sun today, but she's got the weekend off from volleyball tournaments, so that's going to be nice for Mackenzie and nice for the family.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, doctors, my question, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go back to situation with my wife. About 11 o'clock. I mean, she's strong enough in the morning when she first arises to be able to take a modest, slow-paced walk up and down the street. But by 11 o'clock, it's like somebody pulls the plug on her. To the point where when she's fixing dinner in the evening, and this kind of frightens me. It's more than kind of frightens me. It frightens me a lot. She loses the strength in her back, and she leans forward. And she leans up against the countertop. But when she does that over the stove, that kind of petrifies me. Mm-hmm. A question, is mitochondria the only source of energy, or why does it deplete so abruptly at just about the same time every day?
Yeah, well, this is tough, Bob. With her condition, it's pretty common for this to happen as we go on later through the day. Absolutely, mitochondria is a source of adenosine triphosphate, that's ATP. And so supporting mitochondria with proper nutrition is very important. But also, we may want to have her on, 5 small meals a day. A lot of people just aren't eating enough food and getting enough carbohydrates, okay? So she may want to be eating some good, clean carbohydrates, not only through vegetables and fruits, but maybe adding something like a pseudo grain. And most people don't eat these, but they're great at giving prolonged energy. It's sort of almost like a low glycemic index. It almost gives you prolonged energy instead of just quick energy, and it doesn't cause the pancreas to oversecrete insulin the way ice cream and chocolate and things like that would. So, and I'm talking about pseudo grains, all right? We're talking about amaranth, buckwheat, and quinoa. Buckwheat being my favorite. And most people go, what the heck's buckwheat? I've heard of buckwheat pancakes. But buckwheat, you wash it really good and soak it overnight, and then cook it, and maybe throw a can of tuna fish in there and chop up some vegetables in there, and maybe make a stir fry like you would with rice. But I don't like rice at all because of the arsenic. So I would say it's a good idea for her to try to eat 5 small meals a day. Keep doing the nutritional support for the mitochondria that you've been doing. I think these things are very important. I know she's probably on a good multivitamin because we've got to make sure she's not deficient in B12. Obviously, your doctor has probably been doing blood work on her to make sure she's not anemic or has something else going on that's causing her to get very tired. But, with the condition that she has, it's probably pretty common. All we can do is try to combat against it. And also, the last thing, and we've talked about this, make sure she doesn't have a vitamin D deficiency either. So just a little bit of sunshine. It's hard to get people out in the sun sometimes, but 20 minutes of sun with minimal clothing during the day. And the final issue is make sure she's hydrated, because if she's dehydrated, it's going to cause a whole host of problems, including brain fog and all sorts of other conditions. So in a nutshell, you're probably following a lot of this. That was just to kind of recap it. And I'm going to see if Doc Hall can chime in as well.
Bob, just one thing. Of course, I'm very, very familiar with you and your wife. You're both good friends of mine. And one thing that just came to mind, Bob, and we may want to look into this, is especially with that lower back weakness and like that, there's some exercises that we can do, and that will help strengthen and give her a little bit more flexibility too, because sometimes that's a negative in her condition. But also, I'm going to look into this a little bit more, but I think she may benefit from just a real light, not a brace, but a real light back support type thing. I have a couple of folks that use just the old school waist trimmer type things. and they're not restrictive or anything like that, but it gives you that gentle support and structure, especially in the lower back. So maybe we'll look into that too. I mean, Dr. Lange's right on point with the nutrition aspect, and we might want to look at what she's eating around lunchtime and in the afternoon that causes that that unplugged feeling in the afternoon. So we'll look into that, but maybe we'll really hit that waist trimmer type thing.
All right, doctors. Again, thank you. My prayer is
You're
one day
welcome,
soon
Bob.
we'll have to talk about this.
All right, Bob, hang in there. Stay focused, my friend.
Thank,
Bob.
Bye-bye.
thank you, doctors. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
All right. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. Dr. Michael Lange with Dr. Richard Hall here to answer your questions regarding nutrition, eye care, any topics we'll try to answer to the best of our ability. And also remember, Francesco or Franz from an up-and-coming company, hyperup.com is in the studios giving us some support. So give us all a call at 1-877-969-8600. We're going to talk about organic blue-green superfood in a little bit. We're going to talk about nutrition for dry eye. We're going to talk about amino acids. We're also going to have a rapid-fire nutritional do's and don'ts in just a few minutes. But let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Ted in Newport Richey. Ted, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Dr. Lange, and good morning to all your
Ted?
associates. My dilemma here is it doesn't have to do with the eyes. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. I just went through a month of external beam radiation, and now I have extreme burning of the urine and diarrhea. And what I'm looking for is some insight into how to handle diarrhea. The doctors have put me on some medications for the urine, and that did not seem to help. Right now, I have a catheter in, which is doing well, draining my urine, and there's not much burning. The problem is this diarrhea for the past 24 hours has been nonstop. Mm-hmm. And I was looking for some information on what to do to stop the diarrhea and eat the proper foods to get back into a normal routine.
Sure. Ted, obviously following your urologist recommendations, we definitely recommend. And the good news is, they've come a long way with prostate treatment, a long way. So it sounds like you've had a cutting edge technology. It's going to take some time for you to get over this. But let me ask you this. Are you on any oral antibiotics right now, or were you on any IV antibiotics recently?
No, and I had a heart attack right before this started too, so I'm just on some heart medications. That's
right.
it.
Right. So, diarrhea can be very complicated, and obviously you have to make sure that you're not going to become dehydrated. So you need to be drinking plenty of fluids. You might even want to drink something like Pedialyte or Gatorade or coconut water. May add a little pink sea salt to the coconut water. Not just regular water if you can hold it down, because you want to make sure you're not getting rid of these electrolytes. And if you're having diarrhea, you can become dehydrated very quickly, which can open up a whole host of other problems, right? So make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids. And remember, this is for educational purposes only. I think eating some fermented foods may be beneficial. I like goat yogurt. You can buy that at Whole Foods. Goat yogurt, goat kefir. Anything fermented, even like sauerkraut, if it agrees with you. Fermented foods are going to have probiotics that can help this. You may want to consider taking a good probiotic. You can buy those over the counter at many health food stores. We certainly have one on the Fortify website called Fortify Probiotic Bacteria. I would probably start with 3 a day at first, and then obviously let your physician know that you're on probiotics to see if it helps. I've had many patients that have had the same exact condition. Remember, my average age patient I see is 82 years old. And my average male that I see in the villages has gone through prostate treatment just like you have and has had these problems. And so I think the whole nutritional approach is a very good idea. So I would consume some fermented foods. I would try some probiotics. If this doesn't go away very quickly, you have to consult your physician very, very soon, all right? And I hate to say it, on the weekends, a lot of times it's not the best time. Your physician should have a number that you can contact him or her at after hours. I mean, if this is getting to be a real problem, you have to see somebody, this weekend and not wait till Monday. But I would try probiotics and some fermented food right away. You can even try some of the over-the-counter medications, but the fermented food is very safe. Probiotics are very safe. Now, once again, this may not do anything, but a lot of people in the past that have had the same condition, the probiotics have helped them dramatically. And some of those patients could even chime in. I know a lot of them do listen to this show. But I would try that. Remember, do not get dehydrated. So get something that has some electrolytes in it, and be close to the phone to contact your physician.
Excellent. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Does Doc Hall have an email address off the air I could get maybe and communicate with him and see what type of foods also that would be beneficial for me?
Yeah, Doc. Go ahead.
Absolutely. I'd love to hear from you. Love to work with you. That any way possible. So what we'll do is off the air, I'll give that to you. That's I'll give you my personal one, and you can contact me, and we'll go from there. Okay.
I really appreciate that. You are such a gentleman, a scholar, both of you, and I really appreciate all that you have given to both myself and my wife over the years.
And Ted, let me give you my email, because everybody in the world has it, and then you email me, and I will forward it to Doc Hall. Okay, that'll be the simplest thing. So my personal email is idude92. That's EYEDUDE 92 at iCloud.com. And I is just the letter I for iCloud.com. So idude92 at iCloud.com. Shoot me an email. Say, hey, this is Ted, and I'm going to forward it to Doc Hall, and he does an amazing amount of research and can hook up with you.
Excellent. Thank you so much, and you have a wonderful day and a blessed day, and stay healthy.
All right, Ted, hang in there.
Thank you, Ted.
Thank you.
Yeah, Doc, we see a lot of, and we come in contact with a lot of people that have the same problem, and the dehydration is the thing that you have to be very concerned about in the immediate future.
Well, that can really sneak up on you too, the dehydration part, and you dilute down the electrolytes in your body, and those are all essential. Those do everything from keeping the heart beating to balancing the entire body. And it's so easy. It's one of those silent type things. You really don't notice it all that much until it's already happening to you. So that was a good thing about Pedialyte and things like that. You have to make sure that you fortify your body back to normal again, and to fight not only the disease itself, but to fight the recovery, and put up a good fight for that. But he's on the right track with that.
Right. We have to be concerned as we get older. We're more prone to having all sorts of heart arrhythmias, atrial fibrillation, atrial flutter, heart palpitations, PVCs, all of these things. And when you're dehydrated, you're much more prone to have that. So it would be really a drag to have diarrhea and then all of a sudden go into AFib and have a stroke all because of the diarrhea.
Yeah. And it's a very simple, process to rehydrate the body. And I see that a lot with folks. They're just not drinking three things really I see a lot of right now. Not drinking enough water, not enough protein, and not enough fiber to keep everything moving through the body. But we'll discuss that later.
Right. All right. So phone lines are open. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. Remember, you heard it here first in the world about Hyper Up. All right. You heard me talk about this probably about 4 years ago when they were just starting the company. The first in the world right here. The first time you've heard it live on the radio, live on a talk show via social media. Go to www.hyperup.com. And this is going to be a company. It's going to be a big company. It's going to compete against some of the big boys down the road. So it's a place that if you're a business owner and you want to market your products, now's the time to get in. It's an amazing deal, and it's a site where they're going to share your information in order to get a little bit more of a discount to social media, and it's a great way to make things snowball. And it's not a lot of you shop and advertise on things like Groupon. We were big with our LASIK centers on Groupon, but boy, they took 50%. Not to take anything away from them. I mean, I'm sure it's a good company, but it's always good to have some competition in the field. Check it out, hyperup.com. All right, phone lines are open. 1-877-969-8600, 1-877-969-8600. I see somebody on social media saying, Dr. Lang, what type of water do you prefer the most? H2O. I tell you what, I like Wata water, okay? Wata water, at least 1 liter of water a day from Wata. Wata is the only polarized positive charge water that I know of. It's got some amazing testimonials. It's purified. It's got a neutral pH. I like Wata water. I want you to stay away from bottled water that says purified water. Purified water is very acidic. Most of that goes through reverse osmosis or other filtration systems that purify the water. It's very pure if you want to put it in your battery in your car or your iron, but I wouldn't put it in your body because it's been leached of all the minerals and it's very acidic. So spring water, other than Wata water, spring water, there's a dozen different brands. It says spring on it. Spring water in the glass bottles is ideal. It's a little bit more expensive, but there's a lot of different spring waters that are in glass bottles. So hopefully that helps you people out there. Remember, we're still going to talk about organic blue-green superfood. Before the next call, I'm holding up in front of everybody. This is our new organic blue-green superfood. This is all certified organic. I know there's a lot of promotions and advertisements about greens and superfoods and things like that. You got to always make sure it's organic because this is concentrating the fruits and vegetables. Make sure it says certified organic, gluten-free. Ours is also FODMAP-free. That means people with irritable bowel syndrome can take it. Now, I always preach, and Doc Hall preaches, eat plenty of organic fruits and vegetables. But let's face it, none of you are eating it. I always try to eat 12 to 13, because if you fall short, you're at least getting 6 to 7, which is important. But a lot of you might only have 1 or 2 pieces of fruit and vegetables a day. You eat that Burger King Whopper, nothing against Whoppers, but that's lettuce, tomatoes, onions, pickles, and you think you got 6 servings of fruits and vegetables right then and there. That's just not the case. So for those of you that aren't getting enough fruits and vegetables in your diet, organic blue-green superfood is a way to get those fruits and vegetables in your diet to help you. It's a combination of pineapple, spirulina, wheatgrass juice, barley grass juice, kale, blueberries, strawberries, cinnamon, broccoli, peppermint leaf. We've got 6 adaptogenic organic mushrooms. We have lion's mane, shiitake, cordyceps, reishi, king trumpet, and turkey tail. And we also added probiotics and enzymes. There isn't anything like it for the price on the market today. There's a lot of companies selling these things for a lot more expense. Ours, I think, $35 at fortify.com. But it works. People are having lots of testimonies about improved energy, improved focus in the gym. Blood sugar is getting better. Just a total feeling of wellness. Remember, it's 16 different fruits and vegetables plus probiotics and enzymes. No artificial flavors, no sweeteners, no added fiber. This is another thing. When you're looking at these greens formulas that come in a big, tall container, half of what's in it is either flax, acacia, or oat fiber. Fiber blocks the absorption of many of the nutrients. You got a healthy bowel movement, but all the nutrients are going into the toilet. So you don't want fiber except the fiber that comes from the natural fruits and vegetables. You don't want added fiber in your greens drink. There's also no dairy, no soy. This helps support your digestive system and overall wellness. It's called Organic Blue-Green Superfood. We were on back order for a while. We have plenty available now. You can get it at Lange Nutrition Center, the Lange Eye Institute, Fortified Nutrition Center, or at fortify.com. Whew.
Dr. Lang?
Yes, sir.
I just want to chime in just real quick here, and on just a different angle on the superfoods. Right now, one of the new raves, diet raves or fads, is of course drinking fruit smoothies. I'm not totally against the smoothie. They're refreshing. They're an energizer, and they're packed with nutrients. However, they are also packed with an overload of sugar and calories. So this is a very easy way to set the body off balance and actually put you off your wellness path. Superfood, however, allows you the benefits of obtaining the fruits and vegetables in a natural way without the unwanted and unchecked rise in blood sugar, the extra calories, and the prep time. I'm, as you know, and when I'm at your place and I'm a guest at your house, we always do a nice breakfast, a sit-down breakfast, and off we go. during the week, I just mentally cannot do a sit-down breakfast. I have to be someplace else, like at our office, at our lab, in the store. And so I'm out the door. I just can't make myself sit down. As a nutritionist, I know the value of breakfast. I preach it all day long, but I just can't take the time to sit down and do it. So my go-to is our superfood with a little bit of protein, our protein in there. I use the whey isolate, and out the door I go. I drink some of it on the way to the office, and I finish it up when I'm in the office. And so that starts my morning. However, I don't have all the added sugar, the added calories, and that prep time that it would take me to juice all kinds of things, and plus get all the negative sides from that. But just wanted to throw that in because I see a lot of people now are doing the smoothies, and I'm also seeing a rise in blood sugar levels.
Right.
And that's, and it can just skyrocket. So, but back to you. I just wanted to put that in there.
Thanks, Doc. And remember, the organic blue green superfood only has 20 calories per scoop, 3 carbs, and 1 gram of sugar. So it's not going to make you fat. Add one of our proteins to it, shake it up. That's a complete meal. As a matter of fact, for weight loss, I recommend doing that for 1 meal each day. A protein, a superfood, shake it up, drink it down, 1 meal a day. Substitute your regular meal, and that'll help you lose weight because you're taking less calories, getting lots of fruits and vegetables. Best source, most bioavailable source of protein is whey protein, contrary to what anybody else is going to tell you. We're going back to the phones. Tracy has been waiting in Tampa patiently. Tracy, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
My pleasure.
I have my parents are elderly. My mom is 82. The unfortunate thing is I have given her like a nutritional shake to take. It's like a powder that she just needs to put with water.
Mm-hmm.
And she wants to always put it with Boost
Mm-hmm.
or Coca-Cola
Okay.
or decaffeinated coffee. And I'm like thinking that really depletes all the nutrition value that
Right.
you're supposed to be getting from that.
I
She's also losing her eyesight. And I think part of it's due to her nutrition. She doesn't like to drink water because she doesn't want to have to go to the bathroom all the time. So I think part of it, she's dehydrated. She was passing out a lot. And we had her all checked out, and wasn't her heart, wasn't anything. So I think it all has to do with her poor nutritional health, and I can't get her to get anything.
Well, Tracy,
without mixing it.
it's
very happen for her.
Tracy, it's very easy as we get older to become nutritionally compromised. I see it all the time in my practice. And they got these easy to go to that you can buy over the counter, things like you mentioned. And when you look at the ingredient profile on those and the other ingredients, they're filled with all sorts of preservatives and chemicals and garbage. I mean, you have to read these labels because there's a whole host of things that is actually very bad for our system. Things like carrageenan. Carrageenan is in almost every type of pre-made shake. It's in chocolate milk. It's in ice cream. It's one of the biggest causes of irritable bowel syndrome. Sucralose, maltodextrin, dextrose, aspartame, anything that says artificial flavors, artificial sweeteners, dyes. So that's why I developed this organic blue-green superfood. If you look at other ingredients, there isn't any other ingredients. We don't put any of that garbage in there. And this is it's very good, but you got to have protein. And as we age, the best source of protein is a good whey protein. Now, a lot of people can't have dairy. But remember, the reason they can't have dairy is either they're having a reaction to lactose or they're having a reaction to the casein protein. A whey protein does not have any casein. It has no lactose in it as well. So I would recommend for her, get something similar. Go to our website, fortify.com. Look at our organic blue-green superfood. Look at one of our proteins like our whey protein isolate or our super protein. Look at those ingredient profiles and then go find that someplace over the counter or, buy ours because there's not many like it on the market. But at least they can educate you and make a little drink for her once a day with that. She'll like the flavor, all right? My mom's 93 years old. She has one probably every other day of these. And nutrition is crucial. If you can also prepare meals for her, somebody can prepare meals for her based on the Lange Survival Diet. Go to Lange Survival Diet on Google, and you'll see the foods that I recommend for anybody at any age to help you maintain your health, help build muscle at any age. If you're overweight, it helps you lose weight. So it's called the Lange Survival Diet. But I would agree with you. All those foods that you mentioned that she was doing probably aren't the healthiest thing. And let's face it, your mom's only 80 something, early 80s, right?
Correct.
So she's still relatively young. We just had a 90 up day at the Fortified Nutrition Center in Clearwater yesterday. We had 4 90 plus people that came, my mom being one. We posted on our Facebook page, and a lot of 80 and 70-year-olds came. So we're going to do that probably maybe once a month or once every few months, and maybe we'll make it 80 up, okay, 70 up. So that might be a good time for you and your mom to come out. I'll be there. I talk and do a little mini seminar, and we talk about aging and nutrition. And then we obviously give a lot of great discounts as well. But you're on the right track. At least you're thinking of ways to help prolong your mother's life here on this planet and improving her quality of life. God made a pretty good body if we give it the right fuel. And the problem is most people aren't consuming the right fuel, especially as we get older. They go, oh, here, this is something that's got protein, it's got calories. Go ahead and drink this. You're 85 years old. You don't have much longer. Hell, excuse my French, she could live to 105, so.
Yeah, I think the boost is probably a thing she's kind of hooked on, and it's just like, because, they give it to them when they're hospital or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, the boost is not the greatest thing for you, but.
No, it's better than nothing, okay? Because a lot of people, when they're not consuming anything, at least you're just getting calories and some vitamins in it. But I agree, there's a lot of things that are probably far superior, but aren't quite as convenient and aren't as readily available, okay? Doc, you want to chime in?
Yes, I sure do. See, I'm going to give you my desk number, as I call it. It's a hotline that I put in, and this will come directly to my desk. No salespeople, nobody else. Not that salespeople are bad, but it will come directly to me. I will answer the phone. So if you have questions or I can help you with this, I have some ideas already for you. But it's the phone number directly to me is 352-353-2206. Again, 352-353-2206. And what you have to remember for your mom, she has to look forward to that drink. It has to taste good. If it's, like when we were kids, we were given Castoria or cough medicine or something, we'd run to the other room. Well, you don't want to do that. You want her to look forward to this. So I have some ways how you can dress that up a little bit and still get away from the bottled protein type things. My mom drinks it just like Dr. Lange's mom does every single day. And so it's a good thing. It's a good positive thing for her. And but just give me a call if you have any questions, or anyone out there. If you have questions, just give me a call.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you for your time.
All right, Tracy. You take care.
All right. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. It's good to see kids thinking about their parents. I mean, they brought us into this world, and we all love our parents. Most of us do anyway. And we got to take care of them as they get older. Remember, they took care of us when we were younger. We got to take care of them as they mature. And proper nutrition is the biggest thing. I see it. Doc Hall sees it all the time. People, as we get older, become nutritionally compromised. They develop massive, what we call sarcopenia. That's muscle wasting. And certain foods can help these people. The Fortify Fit we developed it originally for athletes. But now probably the biggest segment of people that are consuming our Fortify Fit are the 70-plus crowd, because it is based on true science. It has all the nutrients in it that have shown to actually help reduce muscle wasting, decreased endurance, and decreased strength as we get older. So once again, giving proper nutrition to our people as we get older is so very crucial. Check out our Fortify Fit at fortify.com. We've got hundreds, if not thousands, of people over 65, over 70 taking it. Once again, both Doc Hall's, our moms are taking it as well. I want to mention a couple of things before we get back to the meat of the matter. Just a couple of things really quick. There's an eye drop that has become huge. It's an eye drop for all of you out there that have baggy eyelids, okay? It's called dermatochalasis, blepharochalasis, ptosis, droopy lids, hooding, whatever you want to call it. You look in the mirror, it doesn't matter what age you are. And if you have these baggy eyelids, there's an eye drop, not a surgical procedure. It's called Upneek. Upneek, go into your local optometrist, your local ophthalmologist, ask about it. certainly come for a consultation at the Lange Institute in the Villages. We'll be happy to see you. We'll give you an UpNeek sample. We'll give you some information that talks about it. You simply put this drop in your eye, and it fuses into the muscles that elevate the eyelids. It energizes them. It turns back the clock many years. And I got to tell you, folks, it works. I mean, we've got a few hundred people using it now since it came out, and they're tickled pink. Now, the plastic surgeons aren't very happy because they're not doing as many lid procedures, especially in the Village area. But it does work. It's called UpNeek. I want you to try it. Also, there's a new artificial tear out on the market. It's called Optase. We're going to have it available on the website soon. We'll have it available at the Lange Institute. It's just going to be another option in our armamentarium for dry eye. You know, I like Fresh Coat. I like Oasis Tears. I like Retain. And now we have Optase. So there's really 4 good lubricants I like the best. The good thing about Optase, it has a hyaluronic acid in it. It's in a dropper-free, preservative-free bottle. We've tried it in the office, and patients like it. We're going to have that available very, very soon. All right, remember, Doc Hall is at the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida. That's right on State Road 200, 1 mile off of I-75. He does free nutritional consultations. He has a hotline directly to him. He's a wealth of knowledge in the nutritional arena, especially in the sports nutritional arena. You can see him Monday through Friday at the Lange Nutrition Center in Ocala, Florida. Just go up the elevator, and you can see me this Saturday at Fortify Nutrition Center in Clearwater, right on McMullen Booth Road, about a mile off of Gulf to Bay on the left-hand side in the Publix Plaza. It's called Fortify Nutrition Center. I'll be there about 11:15 today. We're going to talk about first we're going to talk about whey protein. There's so many advertisements out there about amino acids. And now there's the whole dilemma. There's branch chain amino acids versus essential amino acids. Whey protein has both. Plus, whey protein has other immune building things in it. So why be caught up in this saga of whether or not branch chain is better or essential amino acids are better when you can get both in a good whey protein like Fortified Super Protein or Fortified Grass-Fed Protein? Remember, always look for 3 things on your protein when you buy it. It must say non-denatured, grass-fed, and where the cows come from. And with that, we're going to go to Tony and Dunedin. Tony's been on hold. Tony, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hey, good morning, Dr. Lange. So as your listeners know, I've been checking in quite regularly on my journey that I started on 127. I'm down 63 pounds now. And last weekend, after the radio show, we went to the Clearwater Lange Nutrition Center and did a meet and greet with some of the clients of yours. And we picked up the super protein. And it's funny that you're speaking so much about the whey protein. So I added this super protein, the Naked Whey, to my arsenal of the Fortified Fit. And let me tell you something. In 1 week, I am seeing gains. The scale may have slowed down a little bit, but man, my muscles are not saying that or showing the same thing. I'm getting cut up. My wife was watching me work out the other night, and she's like, wow, look at you. You're all pumped up. And, I'm working out and doing the Fortified Fit twice, once before the workout and once after the workout. Not killing myself, just basically moving, keeping everything well oiled. But this Fortified Fit Super Protein, along with the Fit Shakes, are making a huge, noticeable difference. Went to a car show last night. I had about 3 people come up and said, what are you doing? What is going on with you? You look great. You lost a lot of weight. I'm toning up. Everything is great. My health is great. I can't wait to go back to my primary May 25th after I get my blood draw, see where we're at with my A1C. He's going to fall over when he weighs me. Because, like I said, that's 63 pounds now since the last time I saw him.
Right.
And he's going to be all over me. I know it. So just calling to say another great product from Fortified Performance Nutrition. And Folks, if you're not on it, why are you stalling? You're only making things worse for yourself. Get on it. Take the naked protein, take the Fortify Fit, and watch the difference it makes in your life. Just give it a shot.
Thanks, Tony. It really makes me happy and makes Doc Hall happy that you're doing so well. I mean, really is. And you are doing amazing. Like I said, maybe not this year on the beach, but next year, a Speedo down the beach and cameras. All right?
I got no problem with that. I mean, from 505 pounds, I wasn't expecting to be out there, you know, in 6 months and think that, you know, I was going to be the image of health. But I'm on my way to the image of health, and I have you to thank for that.
Well, thank you. And you are, and I'm very proud of you. Keep up the good work. Thanks for the positive input on Fortify. And my promise to you is we're always going to try to make the best products at a great price that legitimately help people. And right now, still, we're running the deal on that Fortify Naked Protein. It's 50% off at any of our centers or at fortify.com. I mean, folks, it's $20 for a New Zealand grass-fed whey protein concentrate that is the purest protein you can buy in the world right now. It's 50% off, and we're running that probably for a little bit longer. So go to fortify.com, go to Fortify Naked Super Protein, and it's automatically already calculated in there. You don't have to put any codes in. It's 50% off. Tony, thanks for the call.
All right, boss. Have a great one.
All right, bye-bye. Tony is a fat-burning, anti-aging machine, and he's doing well. But we have literally hundreds of people out there that have done well, that are doing just incredibly well. Once again, through lifestyle adjustments, dietary changes, and the proper supplementation.
No, Dr. Lange, I just want to say that I know that Tony sounds like a paid commercial type thing. He is not. He doesn't work for us. He's not on our payroll. He is, I will say, a good friend because, you know, and we were brought together with his health concerns, and he's doing fantastic. And like you said, you know, when he's talking on the radio, if the listeners notice, we don't say a thing because we're just amazed at the progress that he's making. But, you know, he's not a paid endorser or anything like that. And it comes from his heart, and you can hear the energy in the man's voice. And that's what I like about it, because it's, to me, that's like putting a wad of money in my pocket when I hear things like that, because it just validates what we've been saying for years and years and years about our products and about how to use them and like that. And, you know, people are chiming back in now that, yep, you know what, you doctors are right. It does work. And thank you so much, Tony. We appreciate it.
All right, before we take the next call, I think Barbara's on hold. I'm going to go through a really quick rapid-fire nutritional do's and don'ts. Listen up. This will help you. All right, so if you're going to eat carrots and sweet potatoes, don't eat them with any greens. No greens with carrots and sweet potatoes. The beta-carotene in the orange blocks the greens, the lutein and zeaxanthin. You can have your carrots, you can have your sweet potatoes alone, but don't eat them with spinach, kale, collard greens, or Swiss chard. Nuts and seeds. If you're going to eat a lot of nuts and seeds, the only ones that are truly safe are macadamia nuts and chestnuts. You can eat cashews as long as you soak them overnight. Nuts and seeds are very high in polyunsaturated fatty acids, especially omega-6. That's pro-inflammatory, contrary to what you've been told, and high in phytic acid, which is an anti-nutrient. That's why you got to soak the cashews. The polyunsaturated fatty acid is low, but the phytic acid is high. Soak the cashews. Eat macadamia nuts and chestnuts all day long. No rice. If you got to eat rice, eat the basmati rice and soak it overnight. Rice is very high in arsenic. Arsenic ain't good for you. If you're going to do dairy, make sure you do goat dairy or sheep dairy. Goat yogurt, sheep yogurt, goat milk, goat cheese, or A2 cow's milk. The other type of dairy has a bad casein protein in it that can be affiliated with leaky gut, diabetes, cancers, and autism. So try to stay away from most dairy unless it's from an A2 cow source, goats or sheep. Oatmeal. A lot of you love your oatmeal. It's got to be organic, and you got to soak it overnight. If it's not organic, it's high in glyphosates. That's Roundup. You don't want to have Roundup in your system, but you got to soak it overnight to reduce the phytic acid, just like those nuts and seeds that we were talking about. Pseudo grains, we talked about this earlier. They're good for you. You can eat sprouted There's the music. Barbara, I'm sorry, we didn't have time for you. But you can eat pseudo grains, all right? That's going to be like buckwheat, amaranth, and quinoa, all right? Bottled water, we all talked about that. We talked about the protein. We talked about staying away from things like sucralose and maltodextrin. With that, we don't have time to finish my nutritional do's and don'ts under rapid fire. We got about 26 seconds. Franz, I want to thank you for being a guest on Hyper Up. We didn't talk a lot about it, but we're going to have you on, and we're going to talk a lot more about Hyper Up. But everybody, go to hyperup.com. Check it out. Doc Hall, you got 4 seconds to say goodbye.
Be kind to yourself and others. Wear your mask, and we'll see y'all next week. Thank you.
All right, and I'll see you all over at the Fortified Nutrition Center. I'll be there in about 45 minutes. Take care, and God bless you.
M860 The Answer. Online at theanswertampa.com. Charlie Kirk can see right through the facade.
So why is Hunter Biden sitting down and doing this interview? That's the most important and initial question. I'm going to tell you why he's doing these interviews. He's very worried. He's doing the Andrew McCabe strategy, trying to prevent a grand jury indictment against him. It's that simple. There is no other reason to go on this media blitz. No one asked for it. No one's pressuring it. There was no new revelations.
The Charlie Kirk Show. Afternoons at 2.